Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, some of you have probably been interested in seeing this sort of thing, so I may as well put it out. I'll try to make it short so it doesn't cover, too long of a video take. So, some of you have probably been interested. What do I do on a daily basis? What do I start off with? It's not going to be too complicated of a video, but as soon as I log in, I check for FC buffs. I just put some of them up here. The party members or the FC members that I'm with sometimes don't notice it, and I don't really hold them accountable for it. But yeah, the first thing I do is I check for buffs, and if there's no buffs, then I typically just put them on. Unless required, the typical buffs that I do for FCs is the heat of battle and the reduced rates. Anything else is pretty much on request. The second thing that I do, I just emptied out the guild. I check for my retainers. That's the second thing I do. Pretty much every single day I have 9 retainers, and I check through them every now and again. A couple of them basically give me materials that I would otherwise use much later on. So the first 4 retainers that I use, if you guys don't know this yet, I use 2 botanist retainers and 2 miner retainers. That is me. If you have 9, that should be your recommendation as well. Then I have 4 combat retainers, and they all typically go for whatever needs to be gathered in order to make crafting the food products much easier. And for now, it's going to be the, I believe it's called the Sea Swallow Skin, is probably the one that is required the most in order to make white scripts for crafting. That is the most, that is the harder one to get. So as soon as I'm done with all those, I rearrange my inventory. Make sure you're on top of your inventory. Otherwise, things could get messy. I'm getting octopus or squid for the squid ink. It is selling rather well right now, but I'm not even going to try to go for the food itself. So the second thing that I do is I check on my garden beds. I have 6 in total. This is my private house. It's pretty much a dead house to me right now because I'm focused on the FC house. But this is the second thing I do, or actually the third thing, going from priority. So you can go ahead and skip this forward. Otherwise, just bear with me. So I'm doing chives. My FC house basically functions around a Chocobo requirement. So whatever the Chocobo needs, Thavnarian onions, what is the other one here? Coriol root, you get the idea. My private house, however, functions behind, let's see, glazed nuts, blood pepper, and I believe the last one is the chives, or the ingredients required to make the blood peppers. So what I have on the right side is prickly pineapple and old world figs. Let me grab the pineapple here. So let's grab these guys. So you can see all 4 of them gave me glazed nut seeds, in which case we can use those down here. Unless they're not ready. No, they're not ready. So the glazed nuts are not ready, but the prickly pineapples are ready. So let's go ahead and put those down. I'm going to need a total of 4, 8, 12, 16 of the TALONS topsoil 3. This is the main reason why I have miners, is because of the TALONS topsoil. Obviously, I can't go out there and manually gather it every hour. That takes too much time, so I have retainers to do that for me. And then I need the prickly pineapple. I also have retainers going out for that as well. This is the good times of gardening. Gardening is, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much a dead event in this game now. There's only a few gardeners every now and then, and most of them are probably going towards a private gardening session. Basically, you garden and then you sell whatever you're able to gather in terms of seeds. No, there we go. So this is typically what I do, and this is just the beginning. So there goes the prickly pineapples, and this is the old world fig. If you guys need a reference or a guide on how to garden, I should have a video posted on the top right. You can go there and it'll tell you pretty much everything you need to know about gardening, among other things. So that is the old world fig. Split to 4. Let's put the glazed nuts in there. So old world fig now. Again, this is for glazed nuts. I just got 4 more, so I turned those into the saddlebag. So this is old world fig. So I got 8 out of 8 glazed nuts here, which is fantastic. Typically, on average, I'll get 4 to 6 out of 8. Not too many. Glazed nut does have not the best of drop chances for crossbreeding, but it's still better than nothing. Definitely not as bad as Dathnarian onions, which is like sometimes I would get 3 out of 8, and sometimes 1 to 0, which is horrendous. This is Midland cabbage and Dalmont papato. So I'm getting Midland cabbage out of this, but I'm going to swap it out for something else because I want chives and I also want Dalmont papato seeds. So I swapped them out. I'm going to show you here in a second what I mean. So right now I have Midland cabbage on, and in order to make this a perfect controlled garden bed, I need to make 2 seeds out of 1 garden bed. I need to make chive, which is the whole purpose of this, and I also need to make Dalmont papato seeds, which can only be attained through gardening. So I need to swap the Midland cabbage for, let me get the list here. I need a light source here. So the Midland cabbage, and then I swap it out with pearl sprouts. So I grab the cabbage. So the cabbage should give me chive seeds if I'm lucky. None this time, sadly. Yeah, that's the issue. 0 out of 4 for chive seeds. Anyway, let's try that again with the... Well, I didn't get any chive seeds, so I'm going to try the Midland cabbage again. That's the issue with this sort of thing. So let's get some more Midland cabbage. I should have a few more. 0 out of 4 for chive seeds. Atrocious. Do I still have Midland cabbage? Yeah, I still have a few. Okay. Again, I just keep doing this over and over again until I get at least 2 or 3 chive seeds, so I can then plant them over there. Chive plus glazed nut equals blood pepper seeds. So I get glazed nut from this side, chive and Dalamet Pepato from here, and then I grab those two and then I plant them over here. So this chive, I first check if I have enough chive seeds, otherwise there's no point. There is a point, but then I'll have everything kind of off sync. So I have 4 chive seeds, so let's take these guys out. Now these guys should give me blood peppers, or blood pepper seeds, if I get lucky. And here we go. Excellent. All 4 of them gave me. Okay, so I whatever I lost in terms of chive seeds over there, I got it back in terms of blood pepper seeds. Fantastic. Okay, so let's plant these down. This is one of the reasons why I don't post a whole lot. I don't post a whole lot of combat videos, is because I'm still trying to, you know, do my part for the FC. I'm still trying to do my part for anybody that's trying to join. I'm trying to get a large source of management once I get a large amount of people in the FC, but for now it's manageable. So I leave my private house and then I go straight to the FC house after this. Again, you want to water your plants first. I already did ahead of time. As soon as I come in here, I check for anybody that left their chocobos in, and I already did so ahead of time. And I make sure that I feed the chocobos or train them. Then I come over here and I water all these plants as well. Again, I already watered all the plants ahead of time. Otherwise, that's just more time burned on the video. So this is going to be the what is this? Thavnarian onions. So Corio root and the broom bush. Broom bush is used to make the magic stable brooms used to clean the chocobo stables. So I make them that way. And then the Corio roots are also used to increase the chocobo's experience gained once you summon them through the Gizol greens. I think I may have gotten that wrong in the chocobo guide, but mistakes. So that's this guy. These 8 right here should give me Thavnarian onion seeds. So in order to gain to attain the Corio roots and the broom bush, we go to the right side, just like in the private house. I have them split into sections, so they're always producing something. So these guys give me the Corio root seeds. I have chamomile and cracker root. Chamomile and cracker root is the cheapest to give me Corio root seeds, and the Corio root and the broom bush are the cheapest to get me the Thavnarian onion seeds. And finally, these guys on the left, the Corthan tea leaves and the jute, gives me the broom bush, which is the cheapest version of getting broom bush and the easiest version. And these guys also give me jute, which I have a few in my inventory. If I can find them here. Yes, I have 23 jute yarn and 33 jute so far. I started a couple months back, so I don't have as many as I want to, but I already watered them, so I don't need to do that. So once that is over, I go inside the FC house, and then I check for the airship and submarine timers. I don't necessarily have to go in them. I can just check on timers. I don't have any available, but one is available in 5 hours. It is 1 a.m. right now for me. I won't be here for 5 hours. I'll be here for another half hour or so. But yes, the company chest. This is typically what's inside my company chest. This is pretty much what you don't see if you're in my FC. If you're in my FC and you do not see the slot 4, this is pretty much what you'll see. I store the important stuff in here. Typically anything that the airships and the submarines bring back, that's what I put in here. Unless it's just normal trivial material, then I just stuff it inside my retainers. Otherwise, yeah. In slot 5, I would typically put any kind of rare material or rare housing that you get from dungeons and fates and raids, etc. And or airship and submarine parts. That's typically what I put in there. And everything else is pretty much public to the FC. So then I would go in here and then I would check on the airship and submarine, etc. After that, the last things that I would do is check up on the... none of these are available, by the way. The last things that I would do is check up on inventory. And if I'm going to run roulettes as a DPS, now's a good time to queue up for them. But QSS, I'm going to queue them up as a healer and tank, which is typically what I do if I don't have a whole lot of time. So while I do this, I'm typically going to be queued up. I'm running through fire shards, so don't know why that gave me 65. That should have given me 100. Oh, I think I used grade 1 instead of grade 3. So this is what I use grade 3 shroud topsoil for. I got 8 because of these ones and the ones in my private house. But I won't show you guys the inside of my private house because it's private and I want to keep it like that. It's mostly empty, but it is my private house and I want to keep it that way. But yeah, that's pretty much it. From here on out, it's just basically recheck on retainers. I'm just making sure those are the right ones. Yeah, just recheck on retainers every 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how long it takes for them to come back on the item that you selected. And just do the daily stuff. Do your daily crafting. Do your expert crafts. I've been doing a couple of those in between. It's very stressful. I don't like it. It reminds me of a Realm Reborn crafting. But what are you going to do? And yeah. This has been a typical day in my FF14 run. I've been doing this pretty much every single day since the beginning of this game, honestly. And I hope this kind of gave you an insight as to what you should be doing. You know, naturally after this, you'll be doing all of those retainers, or not retainers, all the roulettes. As far as I'm concerned, if you need planet cluster or any kind of like the crack cellar cluster, I would just run healer or tank through the leveling roulette. That gives you a pretty decent run. And any kind of gear that you get from those, just toss them in the in for seals, and you should do a-okay. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Kudos. Hello world, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe here. You can also donate if you're interested in supporting the channel. There's some more content for you to watch on the right side. If you're interested in joining my FC, the TEMPEST TALONS, the info is in the top left. I'm mostly taking invites from my YouTube channel subs. And as always, y'all take care and good luck out there.